What's good with the YouTube? You already know, Real Talk with Flaco. This is Flaco himself coming live and direct. And on this platform, what do? We dive into delicate matters, sensitive issues concerning prison, gangs, community, recidivism, as well as addiction. And today, man, I got an interesting topic I'm going to be discussing. People, throughout the years, man, I put in a lot of work, man. I was known as a beast, running out there in the streets, doing all kinds of shit, man. And even after I defected from that lifestyle, I was still living in a criminal lifestyle for at least 7 years after that. 7 years. I was out in the streets, East Bay, Stockton, Antioch, and so forth, man. And I was still putting in a lot of work. But that does not mean that based upon my status, I was never put in bad situations to where, I became a target out there in the streets. And I'm going to talk about some situations, man, because everybody always talks about the ones that they win. And I'm going to talk about the couple times that I actually got caught slipping. Where I didn't have a banger on me. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the situations turned out the way they are. Now, the first one, man, I'm going to talk about 2014. I was running amok out there straight up, man. I had a stolo going from spot to spot out there, Pleasanton to the East Bay, out to Sacramento, Stockton, Lathrop. I was wiggling, bro. I was going everywhere. And a lot of times I used to keep a heater on me, or something on me, or didn't put myself in bad positions. So I was coming back from Sacramento, and I knew some female I used to drop some work off to, and some other chick was over there. They wanted me to stop by, so I did. Now, these females, they were associated with a lot of these white cats out there in the East Bay, Castle Valley, Hayward, and so forth, man. And I never took none of those dudes as a threat, and I still don't. You know what I'm saying? And so I went over there, and I'd been up for too many fucking days, man. And I start J-catting off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those ones that gets paranoid or nothing, man. And so we go to the spot. I meet this one particular individual. He's passed away. A cat out there from Castle Valley, Hayward area, Madison Wood. He was cool, you know what I'm saying? But I was still peeping him out, man, because he was looked at as a big homie to a lot of the youngsters I knew that were like little white boys out there in the East Bay. Now, the East Bay Woods kind of run a little bit different. They affiliate with, some Africanos sometimes, some homeboys. They bump rap music and so forth. So I had some work, you know what I'm saying, on me. And so we're off 8th Street. And we take off to go do something, man, with some other dude, man. I fall asleep in the car, man, and on the way back, and I'm tired. So I'm just sleeping in front of the car. I've hit my limits. I'm gassed out. So one of the dudes, hey, man, you got to come to the house. You can't be out there like this. So I come in, and I'm fucking all like sleepy-eyed, tired and shit, man. And next thing you know, man, I'm in the fucking room, and I see 4 dudes just up in there, just like boom, boom, boom. One of them got a little mossberg like this in his hand. I'm like, oh, no, they did it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm peeping out. I'm not in the way. I'm ready for whatever's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, man, I need some fresh air. And then dude comes out and starts trying to talk about my bad situation. I'm like, man, my situation has nothing to do with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I go, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping either way. What do you want to do, bro? You know what I'm saying? He goes, well, they're the ones tripping off it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I go, check it out, bro. You know what I mean? I go, I've been up for too many days. I'm just going to smash out. I go, here's about 2.5 grams. That's all I have. But actually, I had 2 ounces in my sock. So these motherfuckers basically let me go by. Acted like they wanted to jump me. Had guns and all kinds of shit. I gave them 2.5 grams. And I got to live another day. Walking out of that spot alone. Now, eventually, I was going to go back and shoot the place up. I ended up having this chick out there in Sacramento who went to some dude's a military dude that she was fucking with, and basically took a gun that he had. It was a Springfield 45, and this thing did not have no safety or nothing. Luckily, before I ended up going out there to Pleasanton, I dropped it off at a safe spot because I didn't need it yet. And then I didn't realize the stolo I picked up from someone else that was out there in when you go over the Altamont Pass and you start to go towards like Patterson, instead of going towards Tracy Stockton, you go right when you come through, and there's a little gas station there. That's where the car was parked, and he had switched plates. See, that's what we used to do, we used to switch plates. And so what he did, though, was he switched plates, but he left the front one on, which made the car stolen. We actually had a back plate to someone that we knew that had a car that they were not using at this time. So therefore, we put that plate up on there, and we were going to park the car out. And so I ended up getting arrested with that case. Anyways, but that situation, man, I actually got a fucking message about like 2 years ago from some cat about it, man. Some cat JT out there, man. Oh, you always been knowing about this. I'm thinking in my head, like, how many of your homeboys did I smash out there? How many homeboys didn't work for me? And when you guys had a chance, there was 4 or 5 of you guys didn't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? You guys pulled the dope fiend move. You know what I'm saying? So there was no respect given on my end. You know what I'm saying? And but I was caught slipping though. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than being up for too many days, coming down that hard in just fucking situation like that where you're fucking defenseless, man. And that's what it was. I was defenseless. You know what I'm saying? I would have never put myself in that position. But I wasn't tripping off no white boys out there. You know what I'm saying? Cat Brandon, Nick, and that dude JT and all this cats. And it's just funny, man, because the same cats that were trying to act like they wanted to get crazy with me because they caught me slipping, right? Are the same ones that were supportive of one that was over there in PC that went from PC to fucking GP after they paid a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's the first situation. Now, another situation, I was dealing with some dude out there in Antioch, right? Now, this dude was pretty much, he was with the shit. I'll give him that. And, but politically, my business is not your business. Either you fuck with me or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, I guess he had talked to some fucking Featherwood that I knew. You know what I'm saying? That was trying to get on his good graces a little bit. That I had her drop off the money that she owed me. And so when I get there, same thing, man. I've been stuck at some fucking dude's pad out there in, I think we were Martinez and shit. I've been stuck at some dude's pad with some female there, man, because I lost my fucking keys to my car. And I just came up on this car that fucking, I couldn't find my keys or anything. And I'm telling you, I was out through the streets like this. So what I did is I took a fucking drill and I fucking drilled my shit up. So then I could put a fucking screwdriver, easily fucking start it, man. And this was my car. But I hadn't registered it. I hadn't had the license or nothing, man. And so, I'm there, and I go over there, man, because it's fucking to get some work from dude, man, because he was moving a lot of work, man. And so I'm posted up there, and he was asking me who I hung out with, and I mentioned one particular individual that was out there in Livermore, that was a former, a former C. And he goes, "Is that right?" Like, you know what I mean? And he's pulling something fucking, I'm not really paying attention, but he's pulling out a fucking big old pipe. And he called up some other people, right? And so they got there. And so next thing you know, he goes, "Well, I heard you were a fucking dropout." And he fucking, cracked me in the fucking back with his fucking pipe. Next thing you know, I'm getting fucking rushed. I got hit with a pan behind my head. Fucking all kinds of shit was kicking off. And I'm like, fuck, I'm caught slipping, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I never expected it to come from that avenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, it's not their business. You know what I'm saying? I'm clear. I ain't active. I ain't this and that. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, so I'm getting fucking hit. Boom, boom. I end up fucking barely getting out of the fucking house alive and shit, right? And I run. I fucking pass out in fucking, like a block or two over. I pass out in someone's fucking yard. The fucking ambulance comes and gets me and shit. My whole back had fucking bruises all over my fucking head and everything, man. And I was caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to go back 2 nights later. You know what I'm saying? I had a little fucking, like the things that you have in prison, like the little, for your laundry, the little net. So I had a net thing with a whole bunch of fucking metals and shit, right? And you already know, you know what I'm saying, some gunpowder and so forth compacted. Bang. And fucking, their house is like this, right? I'm right here in this corner. There's a house here, and their house is over here. They're in a foreclosure. So I'm figuring, fuck, man. The person I was with, they didn't want to go to the front. I said, man, just go to the front of the house, and I'll fucking just go up there and, you know what I mean? And they're like, nah. So my fucking ass fucking tries to light the fucking shit. And when I light the shit, I try to fucking throw the motherfucker. I'm trying to throw from one fence over the next fence. And when it ends up happening, it hits the motherfucking tree, and it fucking comes down. Bam! Right there. Motherfucker, I started running. I thought that shit was going to blow up, man. Shit's probably still there to this day. You know what I mean? And, but that was another example, man. Like, I was trying to get that fool. I had all kinds of dudes. We were trying to get him. Because that one right there was like, fucking, you caught me slipping. I don't like not getting caught slipping, man. But that was another one. You know what I mean? And then the third one, I was out there in Hayward at some female out there's daughter's house. Is a pretty well-known beast female out there from Hayward that fucks with the homeboys. Old school chick. You know, pretty much she can beat them up. You know what I'm saying? I was at her daughter's house in Hayward with another homegirl. And so we pull up there, and, I have my weather bird and shit on my head, and my head shaved and shit. I guess this homeboy knew that there was a filter going around about me in the East Bay in the county jail, because I was known to be out there in the East Bay. So I would always be on my toes majority of the time. But I figured this would be a safe haven, because I knew that the chick that was over there really didn't fuck with no homeboys at the time. You know what I mean? And she used to be real close to, you know what I mean, my ex. And so, surprisingly, I get over there, there's a homeboy up in there. Well, I'm not tripping. You know know what I'm saying? Fuck it. A cat from Oakland. And we're posted up and shit. And I'm just chopping it up, man. And he just fucking, I packed the motherfucking bowl for him. He hits it one motherfucking time. And he goes, I know who you are. Get murked out. And he had his fucking little gun like that. He's fucking nervous. I'm thinking in my head, like, he was fucking shaking, bro. I'm like, really, bro? I mean, all right. I see what time it is, bro. Either be about that action or not. You got me if you want me, but I'm right here. I told him, bro, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And so the dude was literally fucking shaking. He had a fucking piece on him, man. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, you know what I mean? Had me fucking pack a bowl and then hits his pipe one time and fucking instantly gets fucking paranoid and pulls a gun like he's going to do something. You know, I come to find out later about him is that he was worried about getting crossed up because he ran into me and didn't do nothing. Because, see, I was out there, man, running the streets, man, and they were trying to send people at me, man. I had homeboys telling me. I would hear about individuals, man. They were fucking, oh, yeah, they're trying to send this dude, that dude at you, man. You know what I'm saying? They tried to send Cat Looney from Livermore. What was the other one's name? I want to say not Manos. Some other cat from DGF. Fucking Oso from Newark. I mean, all these people, I'm hearing all this shit, man. You know? About all these individuals that they're trying to look for me, man, that I was off the fucking hook, man. I started messaging these dudes, man, I heard you looking for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, well, you know what I mean? This is NF business, bro. If you fucking really want to make a day for you, man, like, I'll be out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping. And, you know, like I said, man, the whole purpose of this spiel, man, is to let people know that when you're out there in these streets, man, and you decide to, like, walk away from it and so forth, man, like, there's going to be those that are going to harbor animosity. They're going to try to take advantage of it just based upon your standings. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to find ways to cross you up. They're going to be cutthroat with it. Because none of these dudes were going to see me head up, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was like 3 situations, man, to where I was put in that anything could have happened. The first time they had me in a fucking house, like fucking locked with fucking 4 dudes and shit. Nothing happened. I'm thinking in my head afterwards, I'm like, man, if that would have been me and a couple of my homeboys, and we wanted to get your ass, shit, we would have gave you the business. You would not have been leaving that fucking room. All you did was give me an incentive to come back after your ass. And trust me, there's a couple of those dudes I came back after. You know, and that's the nature of the game. You know, is if you can live another day when you're caught slipping, so be it, then you come back twice as hard. If you don't do the deed when you catch me, then you just fucked yours off. You know what I'm saying? Another scenario when I was out there in San Leandro, you know, I was supposed to meet up with someone, and they tried to set me up too. And right where the motels are, right off the 580 freeway, there's a whole stretch of them. You know what I'm saying? I think this was like 2013, 2014. And people were a little bit paranoid about me because there was rumors at that time that I was out there in Pleasanton and that there was tons of dropouts over there and that I had all kinds of guns and I had all kinds of dope. None of it was true. I had hella dope. I had guns from time to time. But I had active homeboys and inactives going over there. I wasn't tripping off the game. And my spot where I was at, I was 3 stories up to where you can come here and you can see the fucking whole street. So I'd have homeboys posted up right there observing the fucking street sometimes to see what was going on. It was basically a trap spot that I had, right? And, you know, like I said, in San Leandro, the motherfuckers pulled their thing too early and then I pulled something even bigger. And it just became a little pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? They were ducking and dodging, running like cockroaches and shit. They thought they caught me slipping. They didn't. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, man, you know, when you been in that street light, you got to remember especially if you're not active, man. If you're not active, you got to remember there's going to be consequences for those people who may be looking after you or trying to gain a name. And my stupid ass was out there in them streets. You know what I mean? Not wanting to let go of who I used to be. So I was like, I tried to go twice as hard out there. Like I said before in previous spills, I was running out there like a rogue, like a renegade. Like I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'd give anybody the business. You want it, you can get it. And that was my ego getting in the way. So for those of you that are out there that decided to walk away from the life or feel that you were done dirty and so forth, man, I mean, you don't have nothing to prove to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And because at any time, if you continue to live yourself in that lifestyle, active or inactive, you could be put in those situations, man. And see, previously in my whole life before that, I never got put in those situations because of based on my standings, my status, and so forth. People knew better. So when I was on my own solo, I got a harsh taste of reality that, you know, I'm not always going to be in an advantageous point where I have an advantage. I can't use my fucking standings or my status to fucking push back on anybody that may pose themselves as a threat. Therefore, I put myself in a lot of risky situations many times. You know, I got other stories that will trip you guys out that I can't put on here, man, but I put on Patreon about certain individuals who their relatives are really high ranking that I ran into them on the streets and pretty much pulled their covers on some shit. You know, and it doesn't, like I said, man, a lot of times people get misconceptions and think like, hey, you know, everybody wins every fight on YouTube and so forth. Man, I talk about, you know, Solano when that situation happened. I'm telling you about these 3 times. I got caught slipping. You know what I mean? Like, literally. And there's nothing worse than being put in a situation like that where, like, you know what you're about. And, you know, you're coming down, you're not yourself and so forth. And you're put in a predicament where you're like, man, motherfucker just got me. You know what I'm saying? Then that ego gets even bigger. You start trying to do shit back. And see, that's the whole message is maybe this life isn't always worth it. Who cares? If you can walk away and change your lifestyle, then you're not going to be put in those positions. You know what I'm saying? I failed to realize that I was no longer supposed to be this individual. I defected and walked away for valid reasons. As far as whether you like it or not, there was valid reasons behind it. But there's no reason for me to continue to let my ego get in the way to where I still want to be recognized as that guy. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, man, I was putting it out there on fools big time. And it had nothing to do with whether you were active or inactive. It was individual shit. Because I didn't have to hide behind politics or any bylaws or anything or report to anybody. So you disrespect me, you're going to get it. Anybody could have got it. Didn't matter. And I tried to surround myself with like-minded individuals. And believe it or not, there was a lot of active cats I'm fucking with at that time. A lot of them, believe it or not, that knew me from the past or had seen how I got down. And at first I didn't expose who I was at first to people, and then eventually I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would meet someone, be cool with them, and whoa. And then I'd secure myself, and I'd tell them, this is who the fuck I am. And then I would tell them, like, look, man, I'm not all with all that riffraff coward shit. If you feel you got something to do, you come head first at me. I'm right here. Don't be a fucking coward making your phone calls, have someone try to come and fucking blast me in the back. And more often than not, I was able to be okay. You know, but, you know, like I said, man, ego is a motherfucker. Now, I know I repeat that over and over again, but that's what influences us to join gangs. That's what influences us not to let go, because you're worried about what people think about you. They're going to think that regardless of what you do or don't do. You know, it's like no matter what I do on here, there's a select individuals that just don't like me. They'll be in the comments and so forth and talk smack and this and that. I could be doing fucking, have the cure for cancer. You know what I'm saying? Save the world and other issues, right? They're still not going to like who the fuck I am. And it is what it is. I can't let that affect me today. You know, and you know, like I said, man, I wanted to do this spiel just to show people that, look, if you do walk away from this life and you decide to walk in that criminal lifestyle, these are the positions you may put yourself in. You know what I mean? Like I said, twice the motherfuckers had guns on me. You know what I'm saying? And if it would have been me on the other side, I would have been shot. Straight up. But everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Or something would have happened. I'd have been fucking stripped down and everything. You know, I wouldn't let myself walk out like that. Fuck no. 4 or 5 dudes, you have me in a locked fucking room and somehow I was able to fucking walk away because you guys were dope fiends. I said, here's what I got, 2 grams. Yeah, I got 2 ounces in my motherfucking socks. 2 grams ain't shit. You know? And it's just comical, man. You know, that's why you have to be really cautious, man, when you're living that life, man. And weigh into every factor of what's worth it, what's not. You know, for me, you know, I allowed myself to get so frustrated deep inside with emotions I didn't know how to deal with because that past gang lifestyle was all I ever fucking knew. So therefore, I didn't know anything else. So I still wanted to be a part of it. I felt I got the bad end of the stick. I felt I committed to something that wasn't there for me. And therefore, I was still going to live the life. And I was like, if you want it, you can get it. I wasn't saying fuck active homeboys. I never have. But I understood more now from an inactive side of how shit gets twisted and fucked up now. You know? Anyways, man, this is a quick spill, man. Got caught slipping a few times, man. You can't always win them all. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. Hope you guys have a positive day. I got a banger dropping tonight at 6:15 about a Sureño from Florencia. 64 locals out there in Washington. It's a good one. It's going to touch on everything from, you know, how he grew up, the struggles he faced as a kid, to a little bit of history about his gang, how it got established out there, to how he went to prison, the prison politics in Washington, how he ended up in the state of California, and how he ended up just walking away from that life and the reasons why. You know, it's going to be a good one. Tap in for it, guys. Anyways, your boy Flaco, man. It is what it is, bro. I'm out.